much. I'm really honored that you're gifting me with your time and that you're so dedicated to your own spiritual mastery, your own evolution, that you choose to spend an hour or two with me talking about the superconscious mind. All right, Sandra, that's commitment. 2 a.m. in Hong Kong. Glad to have you. So what are you going to learn today? Well, you're going to learn that you actually have 13 different levels of mind. That's a lot, right? Most people are only aware of 3 levels: their ego, or their incarnate identity, which is composed of their subconscious mind, their instinctual mind or emotional mind, and their reasoning mind. Now, this is a very important part of who you are, very valuable. It's what allows us to experience the 3D, but it's not the totality of who you are. Beyond the ego, you have the higher self. You have your superconscious mind, which we're going to talk in great detail today, the causal mind, and the metaconscious mind. Now, I know the main theme here today is the superconscious mind, but in order to get there, we must get in order our subconscious mind, our instinctual mind, and reasoning mind. And my intent with this information is so that you know more about yourself. What are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? And where are you going? Now, I just want to be really clear. What I'm presenting you today is a point of view. As you probably know, and throughout the years in your spiritual journey, you know that there are many different philosophies, healing modalities, approaches, each one with its own value. So what I'm presenting today, by no means I say is the truth. There's no such thing as the truth. Take what serves you. Take in what you resonate with. If it allows you to become a better person, to know more about yourself, to grow, to heal, then it is good for you, right? So take it as that. You can question anything and everything I say. Actually, I invite you to. So why you should listen to me? Well, I've been performing DNA activation for very close to 10 years now. I'm an international speaker, and I've performed thousands of sessions for tens of thousands of people all around the world. And I've been in the energy healing and conscious exploration for more than 15 years. And I've utilized all that I teach and applied in my own life to manifest the fulfillment of my soul's purpose, do what I love for a living every day, to have the freedom of time to travel the world and do the things that I'm passionate about, and to manifest my soulmate, which is one of my greatest achievements. All right, so once again, some people are asking, where did I go? I'm here. Let me know once again if you can hear me, if you can see the screen. Just type a yes. For those of you who are having trouble, check your internet connection. Make sure you shut down Skype, close down any other tabs. Just have all your bandwidth for this webinar. All right, excellent. So let's start talking about the subconscious mind, because in order to get to the superconscious mind, you have to start where you are, right? And what is your subconscious mind? It's a part of you that corresponds to your incarnate self, which is stationed and composed of the frequency band of the first dimension. So your subconscious mind corresponds to the first dimension. The key functions of this aspect of your mind is body consciousness, cellular memory. So your subconscious mind is directly connected to your physical body. And one of its main purposes is data storage, right? Cellular memory, you can store incredible amounts of information, right? How do you think your body takes care of itself? Do you have to command it to breathe, to pump blood? No, it happens automatically. And then your DNA, science has discovered that the DNA can hold incredible amounts of data, and everything is encoded in your DNA. So the subconscious mind stores perceptual imprints from various components of minds. So the other levels of mind that are gathering data, the subconscious mind stores those perceptual imprints. It allows the body to receive and translate intuition and other higher sensory perception orders from the soul matrix to direct the incarnate self, you here in the 3D. So that's amazing. Your body is in constant communication with your soul. And depending on how well your subconscious mind is functioning, you're going to be able to translate that data from your soul. So the subconscious mind is the portion of your personal identity that manifests as a physical body form. It represents the body consciousness. It serves as a memory storage facility and regulator of the body's autonomic functions. The subconscious mind translates energy signatures from the unified field of energy into perceptual data, such as light, sound, taste, smell, touch, temperature, and objectified form. And it's working co-creatively with the other components of mind. This is the key. The subconscious mind creates the holographic illusion of three-dimensional matter, objectified space, and linear passage of time. So if your subconscious mind is not working properly, then you're not going to experience and interpret, perceive your three-dimensional reality in the best way that you could. The subconscious mind translates thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and emotions into light symbol codes, sound and electromagnetic standing wave patterns that direct the morphogenetic field structure of the body. Isn't this amazing, all that your body can do? Your body has such a great amount of intelligence. And if you know how to use it, your body can be the gateway to higher sensory perception and feeling. Thoughts and emotions will thus affect the health or disease of the body, as their biological translations will either assist or impede the flow of energy between the body, the personality, and the soul matrix. So most of you here know this, that your thoughts and emotions affect your body, that you can have a direct effect on your immune system. And you probably have heard many stories of how people have healed themselves through visualization, through affirmations, and their emotions. It's all connected. The subconscious mind is primarily associated with the frequency band of the first dimension, the physical body, the first strand of DNA, and the base chakra, your first chakra. and the etheric body, the first level out of the physical body. Level of the bioenergetic field, the auric field. So this is really important. As you can see in this graph, if you go to the first dimension, D1, you can see that it has a color red. It corresponds to your root chakra, the first chakra. So this is the first level of your consciousness, the subconscious mind, the physical body, connected to the first strand of DNA and the first chakra. Now, most people, when they think about DNA activation, they think about activating the higher strands of DNA, and that's great. But we also need to work on the first 3 strands of DNA. So now let's go to the second level of your awareness, the instinctual mind or the emotional body. Corresponds to the part of the incarnate matrix stationed and composed of the frequency band of the second dimension. So you see that there's a very logic order to all these levels of mind and awareness. Each dimension is, each chakra, each DNA strand is connected to a level of mind. The key functions of the instinctual mind, emotional, and intuitive facility are data relay, to relay directional electrical impulse and information from the soul matrix or the superconscious mind into cellular memory storage within the body subconscious mind. So once again, your emotional body, it's really connected to your superconscious mind. It receives impulses that direct you, that provide information from your soul matrix for the incarnate self. And it's stored in the body. So emotions are really important. It exists as a minute crystalline blueprint within and surrounding your body. Serves to draw information in the form of electrical impulse from the soul matrix into the subconscious mind and cellular memory. Originally, the human instinctual mind was intended to hold the individuated identity into place while keeping the identity intimately connected to the soul matrix and to the guiding impulses of the superconscious mind. So your emotional body would serve 2 functions. It would keep you with the sense of your individuated self. You know, you can feel and experience yourself here in the 3D, in the illusion of being separate and having an identity, but it would also serve as a connection to your soul matrix, where your soul or superconscious would send waves of feeling and emotion to guide you, to direct you, to provide information. Without feeling, your consciousness would drift away. So think about this. Have any of you ever heard of flotation tanks? In flotation tanks, you're suspended in water that's very high in salt concentrations. And it's very dark. And basically, you shut down all sensory stimulation. And basically, what happens is that you stop feeling your body and your surroundings, and your consciousness can drift away. So that's why we actually need a body, a physical body and the emotional body, so that we can experience this reality. Otherwise, we would be, traveling intergalactically. And that's okay, we can do that, but if we want to be here in the 3D, which is an experience source wants to have, then we need these bodies and fields of energy to keep us face locked so we can play around here. Due to the distortions in the human gene code, the DNA, the electrical impulses from the soul matrix are unable to fully process into the cellular memory of the body, creating an area of disorganized, chaotic energy between the body, personality, and the soul. And this is why many people experience a lot of chaos, drama, distortions in their reality, because the electrical impulses from their soul matrix are being misinterpreted. They cannot be processed harmoniously. So obviously, if we want to embody the superconscious mind, we got to correct and harmonize these levels of consciousness. The instinctual mind, this area of chaotic energy represents the first level of dream reality that the consciousness will encounter as it disassociates from the body consciousness during sleep. So this is the reason why you have nightmares. If you have unresolved emotions in your emotional body, when you go to sleep, this is the first level of mind, of dream reality consciousness you're going to encounter. And then your superconscious mind is going to try to process all those emotions, and it results in, chaotic dreams. Due to the present DNA distortions within the instinctual mind memory of multidimensional experience, dream reality and cognition of the superconscious mind or soul matrix can appear jumbled with the cellular memory and appears fragmented into the reasoning mind. Repression of emotion and intuition contribute to the distortion of the instinctual mind and can create exaggerated physical, emotional, physiological, psychological, and memory distortions within the identity. So once again, your emotional body is of absolute importance. Many teachers, many spiritual and healing modalities, they say you have to go beyond the emotions and don't pay attention to the emotions. Or people try to meditate to get rid of their emotions and not feel. That's really counterproductive. DNA activation techniques can be used to sidestep the area of chaotic energies within the instinctual mind to create clearer memory retrieval, dream recall, and communication between the body, the subconscious mind, the reasoning mind, and the superconscious mind. DNA realignments and activations can be used to correct the genetic distortion of the instinctual mind. The instinctual mind is primarily associated with this frequency bands of the second dimension, emotional, intuitive awareness, the second DNA strand, and your second chakra. Now, I want you to really listen to this. Human emotion is the key to human salvation, for it is through the perceptual structures of the emotional facility that truth can be discerned. And when you truly feel, you utilize your emotional body and you feel, feeling can provide access to higher levels of consciousness, expansion. So here you have the graph once again, and if you focus on the second dimension, you see the color orange corresponding to the second chakra, the second strand of DNA. This is the emotional body. The next one is the reasoning mind, which corresponds to the part of the incarnate matrix station and composed of the frequency band of the third dimension. The key functions of your reasoning mind, logical and rational facility, are data assimilation, translation, and manifestation. Your reasoning mind or your analytical mind assimilates electrical impulse data from other components of mind. It exists as a minute crystalline blueprint within and surrounding the body and serves to synthesize and translate data from other components of mind into a holographic representation of external three-dimensional perceivable reality. Once again, the reasoning mind. Many people are focused on the higher levels of mind, but if you don't take care of these levels of mind, then your three-dimensional experience is going to be chaotic. And you won't be able to translate and assimilate the data that is coming from the higher levels of mind. It is intended to allow the identity to observe and experience the illusion of matter density and to perceive and interact with objectified space, time, and form. So, once again, think about this. Many people want to escape this reality. They want to meditate in order to escape, to go somewhere else. But why do you think you came here in the first place? You didn't come here to escape. You came here to play this game of consciousness. Yes, you can tune into those higher levels of mind, but instead of escaping, you can integrate them. You can embody them. And then it's not like one has to be separate from the other. Rather, they're all working synergistically. Your physical body, your emotional mind, your reasoning mind, and your superconscious mind, and even higher levels of mind. The reasoning mind also assists the superconscious mind or soul matrix in the manifestation of the biological organism and serves to direct many functions within the subconscious mind and the instinctual mind and intuition. It is a synthesizer of energy, translator of codes, and projector of holographic imagery. Part of the reasoning mind utilizes the physical brain and the neurological structure. Portions of the reasoning mind exist within the structures of the body consciousness and work co-creatively with the subconscious mind. Once again, everything is connected. Other portions of the reasoning mind exist within the instinctual and the superconscious mind of the soul matrix. All your levels of mind are intricately connected to one another. So if you're an energetic system, forget about seeing yourself as a body. Think of yourself as your auric field, right? And you have all these energy structures, energy centers, interacting, working with each other. And it's like you have wires that transmit energy back and forth. What do you think is going to happen if some of those wires are disconnected or are not properly connected? They're connected to somewhere else. You're going to have a lot of problems, right? The reasoning mind is multidimensional. It represents the organizational aspect of mind through which perceptual data from all the components of mind can be brought together into a coherent reality picture. This is very important. The reasoning mind plays a key part of making sense of everything. And this is why, in part, we've given it so much importance, the analytical mind. The problem is that it has become the dominant level of mind with which we process and interpret reality. So much that it's overshadowing the other levels of mind. So many people have problems accessing and experiencing the other levels of mind, like their body's intelligence, the emotional intelligence, the heart intelligence, intuition, because the analytical mind is just in overdrive. So we need to bring it into balance. As the ego begins to assimilate the other portions of the reasoning mind, the seeming barriers between the dream self, the astral self, the soul matrix, and body consciousness begin to dissolve. And this is what I was talking about. You don't need to escape. You can dissolve your body so that they merge together. They become one. When fully assimilated, the reasoning mind will have conscious multidimensional perception and the ability to direct the subconscious mind and the instinctual minds through conscious interaction with the superconscious mind of the soul matrix. The reasoning mind is primarily associated with the frequency bands of the third dimension, the logical, rational mental awareness, the third DNA strand, and the third solar plexus chakra, and the mental body, which is the third level out of the physical body, the level of the bioenergetic field or the auric field. So here you have the graph. Now you can focus on D3, which is the third dimension connected to your third chakra, the third strand of DNA, and the reasoning mind. So we've covered so far D1, D2, D3, the subconscious mind, the emotional mind, and the analytical mind. All of these three levels of consciousness together make up what is known as your incarnate identity, or your ego, the part of you that is stationed here in three-dimensional reality, or what is known as harmonic universe 1. Now that we have that clear, then understanding what your higher self is becomes really simple. Your higher self is a part of you that it's from dimensions 4 and up. Now, if you pay attention, each dimension is connected to a chakra, right? The first dimension, first chakra. The second dimension, the second chakra. The third dimension, the third chakra. So what chakra would follow and corresponds to the fourth dimension? The heart chakra, right? So that means that the heart chakra and the fourth strand of DNA correspond to the first level of consciousness from your higher self. Now that's huge. That means that your heart is the door to your higher self. That's the entry point. Actually, there are many entry points. Even your physical body can be an entry point to your higher self. Your emotions, your reasoning mind. But the first level of consciousness of the superconscious mind corresponds to your heart chakra. Now, the problem is most people on Earth have blockages on their fourth strand of DNA, which blocks their heart chakra from being open. When the heart chakra isn't open, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think you're going to be able to embody a state of unconditional love? Or do you think that you're going to be caught up in judgment of yourself and others, feeling angry, holding grudges and resentment towards others? Those are symptoms of having a closed heart chakra. So if we want to open our heart's intelligence, we need to correct all the distortions within the heart chakra so that we can make decisions based on love instead of fear and separation. You see, you can play the game of consciousness here in the 3D that you're an individuation, that you're separate. That's okay. That's why we're here. But when your heart chakra is open, then you can play that game of consciousness and at the same time feel like you're connected to everyone and everything. And you can sense and feel that everythingness is love. And this is what many masters and teachers have said through eons. right? When you go into meditation or you have altered states of consciousness, the heart chakra opens and you begin to sense that everything is love. That's the only true emotion and energy there is. Other emotions and energies are just love being limited or misperceived. So now let's dive into your superconscious mind. This is the second triadic identity of the multidimensional identity structure which exists within the dimensions 4, 5, and 6, frequency bands of harmonic universe 2. So let's go back and look at the graph again. You see D4, D5, and D6, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, and your third eye chakra. Fourth strand of DNA, fifth and sixth strand of DNA. All together, they make up what is known as your soul identity and your superconscious mind, which is the part of you stationed in dimensions 4, 5, and 6. And it's the part of you that corresponds to your superconscious mind. So the key functions of your superconscious mind, or the group soul matrix, are creation of experiential templates and individual identities in harmonic universe 1. And bear with me, this is going to make sense in a minute. And just to let you know, we're going to have a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, write them down, all right? But everything's going to come together and I'm going to connect it. The superconscious mind serves as the creative intelligence behind the manifestation of individual identities and experiential events in HU1 or harmonic universe 1. Okay? It serves as the creative intelligence behind and within sets of 12 physical bodies, identities, incarnates that exist in different space-time locations within HU1. So what does this mean? I know it can seem very complex. What that basically means is that in dimensions 4, 5, and 6, you have multiple identities, right? Your higher self is stationed in different space-time locations. And each of those individuations will create a set of individuations here in the 3D. And this is why you have many past and future lifetimes. Because at the soul level, you're creating all these different identities of yourself in the 3D, in different space-time locations. It's mind-blowing, right? But you're orchestrating all of it. So the soul matrix is composed of dimensional frequency bands 4, 5, and 6. And it holds the templates for biological manifestation, life purpose, and experiential dramas within the lower dimensional fields of harmonic universe 1, where you are right now, dimensions 1, 2, and 3. So your superconscious mind not only is the mind that manifests you here, but it also has all the information about why you're here, who you are, who you were. The soul matrix replicates itself through electromagnetic fission, then fragments the replica of its consciousness into sets of 12 individuated identities that become singular biological incarnation identities, which are simultaneously placed within that space-time, the space-time fields of HU1. What does this mean, right? Well, think about this. You have 12 selves in dimensions 4, 5, and 6. That's your soul identity. It's made of 12 individuations. And each one of those individuations then creates a set of 12 additional individuations in dimensions 1, 2, and 3. So 12 by 12, that's 144 different individuations in different space-time locations. And those correspond to all your past and future lifetimes. The soul matrix holds the developmental evolutionary blueprint and memory for each of its HU1 incarnates, and serves to guide all your incarnational personalities to their highest evolution through information communicated via electrical impulses sent into your body through the emotional body. So your superconscious mind is trying to guide you to the best possible manifestation of yourself through your emotional body and your physical body. The superconscious mind represents a portion of your personal identity that holds the awareness of who I was before I came here, and why you as a consciousness choose your particular incarnation. Each incarnate part of you, right? Right now, there's a part of you listening to this webinar. There are other parts of yourself in different space-time locations within the three-dimensional reality. Each and every one of those have free will. So that means that they can make choices in line with your higher self or against your higher self. Your soul is trying to guide each part of yourself to make decisions in line with your higher self, so that you can accrete more light, you can follow your intuition, and you can ascend. But because you have free will, that means that you can, not pay attention to your superconscious mind or go against it. That's allowed. But when you do that, you're going to create karma. So this is why I mean by karma bleed through. If you have other versions of yourself making choices against your soul matrix, then they're creating karma. And all of you are connected to the same DNA template. So that karma can affect you here and now. The beauty is that your choices also affect their karma. So if you start working on yourself here, clearing your own karma, activating your own DNA, you're helping the other versions of yourself come into alignment with the soul identity. So embodiment of the soul matrix through the evolutionary process of soul integration allows the lower dimensional components of mind to fully assimilate into an advanced state of consciousness. Through the identity recognizes the plural nature of its simultaneous existence and various dimensions and space-time locations. As you integrate and embody your superconscious mind, you begin to become aware of how many parts of you they are. That's when you start tuning into different lifetimes, parallel universes, and incarnations. This is amazing, right? However, most people are not aware of this. They're making choices with only 3 levels of consciousness. And they're not even aware of what their other parts of them are doing and the effects that it's having on them. So you could be playing out dramas here because a past version of yourself made a choice. And this is, what's called past life karma. The superconscious mind of the soul matrix is primarily associated with the frequency bands of dimension 4, 5, and 6. Dimension 4 corresponds to the astral mind. Dimension 5 corresponds to the archetypal mind. And dimension 6 to the angelic or the celestial mind. And just like the other levels of mind, strands 4, 5, and 6 and chakras 4, 5, and 6 are connected to those levels of consciousness. So the astral is the 4th level out of the physical body, the archetypal the 5th, and the angelic the 6th level out. And here's the graph again, right? You have dimensions 4, 5, and 6. They all make up your soul identity. Now, those are only the 3 first levels of your higher self. You actually have 9 more layers. But here's the thing, many people want to teleport. They want to, access their avatar identity. And that's great. But first, you have to go step by step. Work where you are. Fix what you have access to. Heal your physical body, your emotions, your thoughts. Open your heart. Speak your own truth. Open your third eye. Focus on those things, especially the heart. And then all the other things will come and unfold organically. But if you're trying to skip this process, then it's not going to work out. So that's the challenge. Many people want to get out. They want to experience higher dimensional levels of awareness. But first, you require to reorder the first 3 levels of mind, and then open your heart chakra. Blockages and DNA reverse codes on the first 3 levels of consciousness prevent embodiment of the superconscious mind and direct coherent communication with the higher self. So if your physical body, your emotional body, and your reasoning mind aren't working properly, then you're not going to be able to communicate harmoniously, coherently with your higher self. You're not going to be able to assimilate, integrate, translate the data. So working on your physical body, mastering your emotions, mastering your thoughts, it's the key. It's super important. You can't skip that. And if you do, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going to have to come back to do the whole work that you missed out. So think about this. The physical body. Does your body feel light? Do you feel that there's a flow of energy in your body? Do you feel that you are healthy, that you're embodying a state of absolute health? Is your physical body connected to your emotional body? Many people, there's a disconnect from the physical body and their emotions. Did you know that your emotions provide a kinesthetic experience in the body? And that if you allow that kinesthetic energy to process and unwind, oh my God, you can unwind unresolved emotions. You can process those emotions, and it will lead you to higher states of expansion. So that leads to the next question. Can you easily process and unwind emotions? How strong is your emotional intelligence? Like I said, many people are disconnected from their emotions. They're doing the opposite. They're trying to repress the emotions because that's what we've been taught to, right? The so-called negative emotions, anger, fear, sadness. We don't want to feel them. We resist them. We say, oh, no, I don't want to feel that. But what happens when we do that? That energy, that emotion, energy in motion, is no longer emotion because we've stopped that flow of energy. And so the emotion of fear or anxiety or sadness is coming into our awareness. And when we resist it, we lock it. And that's why clairvoyantly, you could see in people's auric fields that they have unresolved emotions like perils of accumulated etheric mass, of emotions that they're not willing to feel, to experience. And so that emotion, depending on the frequency of the emotion, will allocate in a part of the bioenergetic system, close to a chakra, depending on the emotion. If it's fear, on the first chakra. If it's pain, suffering, it's close to the second chakra. If it's let's say betrayal, heartbreak, the throat chakra, if it's an emotion of not being able to speak your own truth, the throat chakra, you get the idea. If you're not able to fully process those emotions, then that emotion is going to remain locked right there. And then the life force energy is not going to be able to flow. And because it's locked in there, you're going to keep re-experiencing that emotion. So that's what keeps you stuck in the past or a future, like worrying. Now, once you allow to feel those emotions without resistance, they begin to unwind. And they lead you to love. They always lead you to a greater place of beingness. And then the reasoning mind. Can you easily direct your thoughts? Or your thoughts are really chaotic. They're all over the place. Do random thoughts cause negative emotional reactions? A lot of people, they have a negative thought and boom, the emotional body goes berserk. It's all over the place. Is reality causing you stress? Are you perceiving opportunities as shadows? Because the mind can play tricks on you, right? So what's the solution? Through the process of bioregenesis and DNA activation, we can restore the original divine blueprint of the physical body, the subconscious mind, the emotional body, the instinctual mind, and the mental body, the reasoning mind, so that they function to their highest energetic holding potential. They function optimally, harmoniously. And that way is where you can connect, experience your higher self. You can assimilate, integrate, and translate the data, the impulses of your higher self coherently. Then, once you do that, you can activate the dormant DNA strands that correspond to your higher self, starting with strands 4, 5, and 6, or your superconscious mind. And the first step, when you do that, is working on your heart chakra, which is the first level of your higher self, so that you can embody a state of unconditional self-love and activate the heart's intelligence. This is the first step. Forget about teleportation. Forget about bilocation. Forget about direct manifestation. What good are those things if you cannot fully love yourself? If you cannot love other people? What good is having those spiritual powers going to do for you? Not much. So open the heart chakra, embody a state of unconditional self-love, and then you'll see how things start to unfold. And eventually you'll get to those higher states of consciousness and spiritual powers. So how do we do this? Well, we can do this, clear blockages in the DNA, restore distortions in the first 3 strands of DNA, the physical, emotional, and mental bodies, activate the dormant strands of DNA by using sacred geometry codes. And what you're seeing here are what are called the harmonic resonant codes. Are codes that I've created and encrypted them with the intent to either remove blockages or activate specific energy centers. So the way that you can think about this is, if you think about an energetic blockage, it's just an energy frequency. It's a pattern of energy that is rearranged, or it's arranged in a specific way or sequence. Well, if you take another frequency, structure, pattern that has an arrangement that is the polar opposite, it's higher in frequency, It's light. And you put those energies together. Because of the law of frequency resonance, the energetic blockage is going to start to transmute, unwind, to meet the frequency of the sacred geometry code in this case. So that's basically this technology. These mandalas have been encoded with the intent through prayer, meditation, dreaming, and other techniques, so that they embody a frequency that disrupts, disengage, transmutes, and unwinds energetic blockages, or activates energy centers to their highest frequency holding potential. Also, their patterns, their colors all come into play. So you can see there's numbers, there's sacred geometry at play here. So I just don't want to talk about it. I want you to experience this. So this is the harmonic resonance code I created to bring the superconscious mind and the ego into alignment, to create an attunement between these two levels of consciousness, actually 6 levels of consciousness, 2 identities. So here's what I would like, what I invite you to do. Focus on the center of this code. And place a strong intent to connect and surrender to your higher self. And now imagine yourself inside a golden orb, a very high frequency golden orb that is creating a field of coherence, safety, non-entanglement. Connecting to my higher self. Connecting to the higher self of each person here. I salute every one of you, from my higher self to your higher self. And it is commanded in the name of divine love that each person here activates this code to bring into alignment their superconscious mind and their ego, their incarnate self. And now inhale this code into your third eye. Simply imagine the code going into your mind's eye. And then visualize the code on chakras 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the astral mind, the heart chakra, the archetypal mind, the throat chakra, and the angelic or celestial mind, the third eye chakra. And now simply listen to the statement I'm about to make. The statement will produce a feeling within you. Feel that feeling kinesthetically with your body. In a state of wonder, allow it to do whatever it does. Surrender to your higher self. And here it goes. I wonder what it might be about. The superconscious and ego-mind attunement harmonic resonance code. Bringing into alignment and harmony the levels of consciousness of the incarnate self and the superconscious mind for each person here, so that they function synergistically, coherently, and harmoniously. And sense what happens in your body, your emotions, your mind. And so what I'm doing right now is monitoring the energy, because the code is clearing energetic blockages that prevent you from having, an attunement between your superconscious mind and ego. So I'm monitoring as those energetic blockages are cleared on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And remember, it's your higher self that is doing the activation. I'm simply a facilitator. Your higher self knows exactly what needs to be done. And yes, you can share if you're feeling something as the activation occurs. Yeah, so if you're feeling sleepy, that's because the code will put you in a trance-like state. Also, the connection to your higher self will alter your brain waves. This is where deep healing occurs. All right. So strong tingling sensations in the third eye chakra. Excellent. Warmth. Pain on the throat. So that means that blockages are being released. Just allow it. Don't resist it. Deep peace and a full body smile. I like that. That's beautiful, Naomi. I feel calm and peaceful like in my mother's womb. Oh, that's beautiful, Sandra. Energy tingling, Mary? Oh, wow. Thank you for sharing that, Sandra. See, someone is mentioning that they're seeing their parents who passed away. Trudy, you're feeling like a piece of lead came out of your brain? Feeling hot? Kim? Peter, feel a strong presence of energy and caressing feeling along my arms and pressure feeling on my third eye. Warmth, light, tingle, peace too. So Tanya, I feel that emotional blockages have been released. Absolutely. It's like a lot of silence is around me, says Emmy. Pulsating third chakra. Yeah, for those of you who are feeling a slight discomfort and pain, don't resist it. Allow it. Feel it with wonder, with curiosity. This is the discordant magnetic fields spinning off of your field. Feeling drowsy? Faisa? Feeling hot? Tension in the head? I see myself underwater, Virginia. That could be a different part of yourself, you know. There are parts of us that live in like liquid realms. Yeah, Lan, I'm definitely doing something. I'm facilitating the activation of this code. So yeah, I'm working with your higher self and the frequency of the code to bring that intent. Chills. Somehow it feels as Atlantis. That's cool. I feel myself emitting love and life force. I feel at peace when I stare at the center. I could almost fall asleep as I start. Christina, what's happening from head to toes? Now a cold wave of energy passed quickly from above all down to my body. So Lan, by directing my intent, by connecting to your higher self and using my intent and specific energy directing techniques to transmute blockages, to activate energy centers, you can learn how to do this. So fear, if sadness is coming up, allow it. That's actually a great sign. Yes, you can close your eyes, Faisa. I felt something lift and go from my core, and now I feel calm and centered. Alexandra, beautiful. Haha, Mel asked, is that a still image? The center seems to shift. The image itself appears to be still, but the codes are dynamic. They're conscious entities. They're made up of mathematical light sound programs, intents, codes. And actually, when I'm creating the codes, I add movement to the codes. And then I take a snapshot in the midst of that movement. So you're sensing that dynamic flow because that's my intent. You know, we're not static beings. We're dynamic beings. So yeah, the codes will move. If you look at the center, it will expand, it will change colors. Increase desire to know and experience deeper love and truth reality. That's beautiful, Eric. Thank you for sharing that. That's the feelings of your higher self. Yes, John, when staring at the center, I see it move. Sherry, is that how you pronounce your name? Want to cry. Then allow the tears to flow. I feel like I want to forgive myself. Beautiful, Fer. Go with that. So that's your higher self telling you what you need to do. See, your superconscious mind will communicate through feeling. All of a sudden, you feel like you want to forgive yourself, then follow that intuition. Oh, all of you are doing great. I'm very impressed by your strong intent and openness. Lan, I feel like my spirit wants to fly off somewhere beyond this world. Follow that feeling. Beautiful. All right. So, eternal DNA activation. What does that mean? Right now, you had a DNA activation to bring into alignment your superconscious mind and your ego. Now, does that mean that it's going to become fully aligned? It could. It's definitely going to reorder some of the energy centers for that to happen. But it will also, what will also happen is that it will guide you through to take certain actions, right? Because there might be other things you need to do. Like, for example, someone said, I need to forgive myself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself in order for the next step to be revealed. Now, when most people think about DNA activation, they sign up for a session and they want to activate all the 12 strands of DNA, or 48 or 30 if they're indigos. Well, it doesn't work that way, right? In ancient times, when DNA activation occurred naturally and without interferences, it would take a person 44 years to activate their 12-strand DNA. So what does that mean? It means that, you cannot fully activate your DNA in one session, because your DNA activation level depends on your age, how many blockages you have, your spiritual evolution, your readiness. So it makes sense to constantly work on your DNA activation. Now, here's the thing. I don't want people to be dependent on me so that every time they need to activate their DNA, they come to me. Quite the contrary. I want to empower people to remember, just like I remember, how to activate their DNA. Because there's always a higher state of consciousness that you can experience. I've been doing this for 10 years and I continue to activate my DNA so that I can continue raising my frequency and experience higher and higher states of consciousness. So this is what I would like to invite all of you to master your DNA activation. Learn how to activate your own DNA so that you can embody your higher self, you can access your superconscious mind, and you can fulfill your soul's purpose. And assist your light brothers and sisters by helping others to remember their true nature. Many of you were touched by today's activation. Imagine if you could facilitate that for other people. How beautiful is that? Remind them through DNA activation, who they are, what they came here to do, what is truly not theirs, and what is theirs, so that they can reclaim their power to co-create the reality they envision, the most brilliant present and future, and help humanity ascend. So I'm going to offer a harmonic resonance DNA activation certification. You can become a practitioner, a coach, or an instructor. Each level has different benefits. So as a practitioner, you will learn how to remove DNA blockages on all strands of DNA. You will learn how to harmonize the ego and the incarnate identity by working on the strands 1, 2, and 3, and harmonizing your physical body, your emotional body, and your rational mind, and activate the dormant strands of DNA that correspond to your soul, your oversoul, and your avatar identity. So this is dimensions 4, 5, and 6 for your soul, dimensions 7, 8, and 9 for your oversoul, and dimensions 10, 11, and 12 to your avatar. So you're going to have access to work on your 12-strand DNA template and also work on other people. So you're going to get 5 different codes, each one with a specific intent. One, to remove blockages in the DNA. Another one, to work on your incarnate identity or the ego, the first 3 levels of consciousness. Another one to work on your soul or your superconscious mind. Another one to work on your oversoul, and then one to work on your avatar self. You're going to work one-on-one on me. So I'm going to be customizing the certification to work on whatever you need to embody your higher self. So we're going to learn how to connect to your higher self, how to direct energy, how to connect to other person's higher self, how to utilize the harmonic resonance codes to activate your DNA and other people's DNA. Each section is going to be recorded. You're going to receive the recording. You're going to receive all the information from the certification in a PDF file, and you're going to get a diploma. As a coach, you get everything from the practitioner, plus you're also going to learn how to clear auric attachments, basically cleanse your aura of the top auric attachments. The auric attachments are basically the highest priority, unresolved emotions, traumatic events that have attitudes, belief systems, and really discordant energy attached to them. And their frequency is so low that they attract you to people, places, time, things, and events that resonate with those past traumatic events. And these auric attachments, like occupants, they take over your mind, your emotions, your body, and cause you to have reactions. So you're projecting the past into the present moment. When you clear them, you regain clarity, peace of mind, and you calibrate your chakras so life force energy can flow more harmoniously. You're also going to learn how to clear karmic imprints, right? How to get out of the trance of oaths, vows, promises, contracts that you've made with yourself, with other people, that keep you stuck in unworthiness, undeservedness, shame, guilt, or party consciousness, and affect your reality and keep you stuck in karmic loops. And now this one is one of my favorites because you can actually work on yourself pretty much every day, clearing karma. You can clear pretty much anything you can think about with this code. Whatever presents in your life, there's a karmic imprint related to that. You can clear that so that you can transcend it. So you will get those 2 additional codes. That would be 7 total codes. So you would be able to perform an aura cleanse, a karmic imprint transmutation, and then the full DNA activation. You're going to be able to teach others how to invoke the frequency of the DNA activation codes so that they can work on themselves. And you're going to get listed on my website. As an instructor, you get everything from the coach, but now you get 2 additional codes. The Indigo Soul Mission Awakening Code. So if you feel like you're in Indigo, you would like to help Indigos awaken to their soul's purpose, this code is a must for you. And then you have the Golden Rishi Unity Consciousness Activation. So we have 15 levels of consciousness. Beyond the 12-strand DNA template, dimensions 13, 14, and 15, that's where you find your Rishi self, the part of you that lives in the golden liquid realms. So this code is to activate that level of mind, unity consciousness. Now you will get a total of 9 harmonic resonance codes. But the best part of becoming an instructor is that you can certify other practitioners. So you can certify practitioners in DNA activation. So it's going to become really easy for you to recoup your investment and empower other people. And, when you certify people, they're going to talk about you. You're going to have more people come to you. So what's the investment? For practitioner, it includes 4 one-hour sessions, and it's $1,997. In those 4 sessions, you're going to learn how to clear DNA blockages and activate the 12 strands of DNA. The coach is originally $2,997, but as a limited special offer is the same investment as the practitioner. So basically a huge discount, like 33% discount. And it's 6 one-hour private sessions, the recordings, the PDF files, and more codes. With this one now you can do aura cleanse, karmic imprint removal, and activate the full 12 strand of DNA. The instructor originally is $4,997. As a limited special offer, it's going to be $3,997. So once again, huge discount. And with this one, you can certify other practitioners. So you can choose the level of that fits your soul mission. Okay. So I want to read a couple of testimonials. So here we have a testimonial from a person who got certified, and basically says, I had been meaning to get around to completing the karmic imprint clearing for myself, and today I did. Since beginning this work, I have had lots of relationship stuff surface for me, great learning, but this past one was the icing on the cake, so to speak. So check this out. An issue came up with my former husband, where I asked at the last minute to keep my daughter another night because she had just gotten her period for the first time. So very understandably, a mother wants to, take care and offer that support to her daughter. But he said no. As you can imagine, lots of old stuff around control surfaced for me. I sat down today to complete the karmic work for myself with the intention of clearing this stuff. Well, the code went into my heart, then went into my husband's heart, or ex-husband's heart. Huge. It got big. Then to my daughter's heart, a lot smaller. There was a direct line linking all of us with the code. It was a powerful clearing with good cleansing tears. Wow. Again, thank you. Much love. So that testimonial, when I got it, I was really amazed, that someone was using these codes and having such profound experiences. Never ceases to amaze me. And then there's this other testimonial. Thank you so much for your excellent workshop on how to use the harmonic resonance codes. I am really surprised how your workshop is so effective, and I could extricate myself from a difficult situation and relationship. I have written down my changes, and I will share the story of my transformations and the miracles I've experienced later. So this person felt like she experienced miracles. Tomorrow is the last day with you, and I'm looking forward to it. So she experienced miracles and didn't even, at that point, she didn't even complete the certification, but she was applying what she had learned, and she transformed difficult situations and was able to let go of dysfunctional relationships. Now, as a bonus, I want to, reward those who take action today and sign up before midnight Pacific time. You're also going to get, whatever level you choose, the Superconscious and Ego Mind Attunement Harmonic Resonance Code. So the activation, the code we use today, you're going to get that code. And I'm going to teach you how to use that code as well. And you can see from the comments and the testimonials that we received today live during this activation how powerful that code is. And probably, you know, your own experience having that. So for those of you who take action, you're going to get this bonus. Limited availability. I can only do the certification for 8 people at a time. I'm going to do one-on-one sessions. So, you know, I have to meet with 8 people, 8 different time slots during the week. I also have other trainings and private sessions going on. So I don't have a lot of space. You know, I cannot do the certification for 12, 20 people. And now, please, let's go ahead and answer your questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to see if I can actually turn on the camera. And yep, that is me. So let me know if you have any questions. And let me make sure I'm seeing the chat. I think there was a question. Let me look it up. How does this tie with ancestral karma? And well, yeah, if you think about yourself as an energetic structure, right? Your father, your mother, just see beyond the body. They're an energetic field and an energetic field. Different frequency patterns, chakras, or DNA. Those energetic fields get together, right? To make up or create a new energetic field. Well, the new energetic field is going to be made from the frequency and energy of both energetic fields. So they're going to pass down to you whatever they didn't work on. So their own DNA blockages will come into play. Now, they went through the same experience. Their parents gave birth to them. So as you can see, these karmic imprints can be passed down from generation to generation. When you clear karma at the DNA level, one of the first clearings that I do during a karmic cleanse is clearing inherited imprints. So I'm going to be teaching the people who sign up for the karma cleanse how to clear their inherited karma. Yes, they will. I'm going to give a replay of the webinar. I know it's a lot of information. You can digest the information and study it more. So I'm going to... Yeah, you can learn how to do this yourself. And yeah, you can absolutely do this every day. Okay. So I'm just going through the questions, a lot of comments. All right. I'm so sorry, Debbie. But that's part of the healing process. You're welcome, Alex. All right. Can I become a coach and upgrade to instructor later? Yes, you can, Trudy. You have to just secure your spot for the offer, and then I'll honor the offer. And then when you're ready, after 6 sessions, you can upgrade to the instructor level. What happens to the consciousness when the physical body dies? Does it switch to another lifetime? That's a great question. A very complicated or extensive one. Not complicated, but I actually recommend you read the book by Neil Donald Walsh, At Home with God. Best book out there about the experience of dying, what it means to die, how life and death are connected. Basically, to put it in simple words, what will happen during the time of death, there are different stages, and many of those stages will be determined by your frequency, your state of consciousness, the thoughts and emotions that you were having at the time of death. So check it out. It's a great book, At Home with God by Neale Donald Walsch. All right, I had a lot of energy turning around my throat. Is that good? Yeah. Usually that signals that there were energetic blockages on this part, which is the 5th level of your consciousness, of your superconscious mind, a level of consciousness of your superconscious mind. If there are blockages there, then the code is removing that and you're experiencing a release. So yeah, that's great news. All right. So what exactly do you want me to email you, Trudy? You're welcome. Thank you, Guadalupe. All right. Yeah, Naomi, I know you typed this question earlier on. Can you say more about what it might look like to perceive opportunities as shadows? Well, sometimes in life, we see challenges as like a shadow, something that we should fear, something that causes great distress. But usually we could see that as an opportunity. We could transform that. Instead of a shadow, it becomes a beacon. The name of the book is At Home with God by Neale Donald Walsch. I think it came out in around 2006. So yeah, Kurt, these are different codes, different intents. It will give you a different experience. Just follow your intuition on that. Ask your higher self. Are monks in a state of repression because they choose not to feel and not experience human experiences? I don't know if that's an accurate statement about monks. I mean, doesn't mean that they're secluded, that they're not feeling. It's just a game of consciousness they're playing. I honor that. I'm glad you feel a lot better, Feeder. All right. Thank you, Gustavo. In your activation, I felt a state of trance, a lot of intensity in the right part of my brain. Awesome. Many blessings to you, Lourdes. So yeah, Tanya, that question about money. People pay what they think they're worth. People ask what they think they're worth. This work, I've invested countless of hours, years of traveling, reading books, learning with other teachers, getting myself trainings and certifications, applying the work, countless of hours creating the codes, meditation, and money is just a tool. It's a way to energy exchange. If you think it's not worth it, then, perfect. Some people do, and they see that as an energy exchange. So I would, if I were you, I would work on my beliefs around money. Money is just like everything else. It's just made up of consciousness. It's energy. It's the beliefs and attitudes that we give money that make it what it is. But it's just energy, and you can use it to create experiences, to help other people, to help yourself, etc. So with this activation, I felt pressure in my fifth chakra. Yeah, a lot of people are commenting on the fifth chakra. The fifth chakra holds issues related to speaking your truth. It's also the chakra of communication. If you want better communication with your higher self, you better open, balance, and harmonize that chakra. So if there are blockages for you to speak, live your own truth, to communicate with your higher self, then you're going to feel a lot of things going on your heart, throat chakra. So that's really good. Yeah, same with the heart chakra, unconditional self-love. You're feeling a lot of there, then why does spirituality feel so complex? That's how it feels to you. I feel it very light and simple. I love it. I enjoy it. Thank you, Kim. Bless you too. Lovely to work with you. So yeah, if you click on the offer, it will take you to a page and you'll see more information about the certification. Okay, so what does it mean when I didn't feel or sense a single thing during the activation? Did it still work? How will I know? Well, not everyone feels the same way. It just depends how sensitive you are to subtle energies. Did it work? Yeah, because your higher self is the one doing the activation. But that means that in your physical body and your emotional body, there could be ways for you to enhance that sensitivity, right? But this work goes beyond the mind. As you can see, many people felt things, but they felt different things. It just depends. And I'm very sensitive to subtle energies, but I've had sessions on myself done by me and other people where I felt not much. But then days after or weeks after, there's a shift in consciousness, realizations, inspiration, synchronicities, or later on I might feel something. So just be curious, just stay open. All right, our heart is lighter but warm, pulsating in third chakra. Excellent. Thanks, this was an amazing experience. I still feel the energy presence and now a tingling heat feeling in the palms of my hands. I feel this session has activated my healing abilities again. I feel peace. Excellent. Since I wanted to enjoy, that I indulge, I did not choose to interrupt the sensations, feelings by typing messages. That's a very good idea. I would have done the same thing. For those of you who shared, thank you so much. It does help other people, share the experience and see, that there's a big community, more than 150 people who are logged in this webinar. And right now we have a lot of people still signed up. All right, can you please repeat the practitioner course certification information? All right, sure. Let me go ahead and share that with you. The practitioner, DNA blockage removal, harmonizing the ego and the incarnate identity by working on strands 1, 2, and 3, chakras 1, 2, and 3, and then activate dormant DNA for your soul, activating strands 4, 5, and 6, your superconscious mind, then your oversoul, strands 7, 8, and 9, and your avatar, strands 10, 11, and 12. You get 5 harmonic resonance code, the recorded sessions, and a diploma. Is it okay that during the activation, everything around me seemed to disappear like one huge space? Yeah, absolutely. That's okay for you. That's your experience. Pretty cool one. Thank you, Venceslav. Yeah, and pardon me if I don't pronounce your names accurately. Many of you are from distant places. I know I have a name that some people have difficulty pronouncing, Gustavo. Some people call me Gustave, the French version. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. All right, so if there aren't any more questions about the certification or what we covered today, I'm going to type my email. You can send me questions this email if you have questions later on. Okay, if we have multiple higher selves, are they also disconnected from each other in their dimensions? No, I mean, usually here in the 3D is where your incarnations are not aware of each other. Some are, but when you get to the higher realms at the soul level, then yeah, all those identities will know about each other, most likely. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for joining me here today. I look forward, for those of you who have signed up for the certification course, to see you during our training. And I wish you the best. Much love to you, and namaste.